All right, so it seems like every single tech company out there is scrambling to shoehorn AI into, well, everything. VMware is jumping on that train for sure. But here's the twist. What if the very experts you're building this help for don't actually want it?
And that, right there, is the big question we're digging into. You know, AI is popping up everywhere, but for the people on the front lines, the sysadmins who are literally keeping the lights on, this shiny new feature might look less like a helping hand and more like a landmine. So let's get into it.
So, first things first, what exactly did VMware roll out? Well, they're officially in the game now. This isn't just some vague announcement or a tech demo. Nope, they've shipped an actual product. It's called Intelligent Assist, and this is their big first move into the whole generative AI space.
Okay, let's drill down a bit. What is Intelligent Assist? It's basically a SaaS-based AI chatbot, and its first home, where it's making its debut, is inside vDefend. That's VMware's big security product. And who's it for? It's for the IT professionals, the security folks, the people who are in the trenches with this tech every single day. So VMware's pitch is, pretty simple on the surface. They say this AI can understand your commands. It can sift through just mountains of security logs and alerts to pull out what you need, and the end goal, to make the ridiculously complicated job of a security operator, well, a little less painful.
And look, to be fair, they are trying to tackle a massive problem here. Security teams are absolutely drowning in data, and the window to respond to a threat is just shrinking by the day. So, on paper, an AI assistant, it sounds like a slam dunk, right? The perfect fix. Yeah, that's not exactly how the community reacted.
Okay, so now for the fun part. How did this go over with the actual users? Because when the sysadmins, the people this is for, started weighing in, let's just say it wasn't exactly a warm welcome. It was skeptical and honestly, pretty hilarious. This quote just nails it. It perfectly captures the #1 fear. This comes straight from a Reddit thread, and it cuts right to the chase. The control plane, that's the brain of the whole operation. The absolute last thing an expert wants is some AI that's known to hallucinate, make stuff up, playing around in the command center.
And then there's this one, which just perfectly sums up that classic dry sysadmin wit. It's a joke, yeah, but there's a real kernel of truth in it. It points to this deep, deep distrust. The feeling is that this AI, kind of like clueless upper management, might just swoop in and impose solutions to problems they've already figured out, but in a way that could just blow everything up.
So let's really list out these concerns because they're super specific. You've got the fear of AI hallucinations causing critical errors. You have this sense that the AI is trying to solve problems they've already mastered. And then the big one, privacy and compliance. The idea of shipping sensitive infrastructure data off to some cloud-based AI, for a lot of these folks, that's just no way, a total deal breaker.
All right, so if a chatbot that just clicks buttons for you is the wrong answer, then what's the right one? And this is where the whole conversation pivots, right? It moves away from what the company is pushing to what the users are actually asking for. And it really just comes down to a totally different way of thinking about the problem.
I love this comparison because it just lays it all out. What sysadmins don't want is what you could call a manager AI, something that tries to take over, thinks it knows best, and just gets in your face. What they do want is an ally AI, a tool that works quietly in the background, one that backs them up by spotting patterns and serving up useful data that they, the human expert, can then use to make the final call.
See, it all boils down to this. They want to be empowered, not replaced. The goal isn't for the AI to do their job. It's for the AI to cut through all the noise so they can do their job better and way faster. It might sound like a small difference, but trust me, it's everything.
And hey, this isn't just some abstract idea. These are real, concrete examples of the ally AI that people are literally begging for. We're talking about things like ML-powered log grouping that makes sense of the chaos, anomaly detection that flags weird behavior, and oh my gosh, this is a big one, a search function that can actually find what you're looking for in VMware's own documentation and forums. Imagine that!
So what's the takeaway here for VMware and really for the whole industry? It shines a big, bright light on a major hurdle. You can't just bolt a chatbot onto a complex tool for experts and call it a day. It's not that simple. You got to build trust first.
This table just breaks the whole conflict down perfectly. On one side, you have VMware's vision, an intelligent partner that makes things simpler. On the other, you have the sysadmin's reality, a potentially unreliable tool that strips away their control.
VMware is selling chat with your infrastructure. The sysadmins are just thinking, can I please just find the right PDF manual? It's a massive disconnect.
And really, that's the bottom line. If AI is going to have any real success in these specialized fields, the companies making it have got to listen. They need to build tools that enhance expertise, that give the user more control, not less, not hide it behind a chatbot. That trust, it's not a given. It has to be earned, period.
So, I'll leave you with this final thought. Because this isn't just a VMware story, right? This is happening everywhere, in law, in medicine, and engineering, you name it. As AI gets baked into every professional tool, this big fight over what help actually means, well, it's just getting started. And my bet? The real answer isn't going to come from the software companies. It's going to come from the experts who are actually in the driver's seat.